All right, guys, UFC 248 is now in the books, and in the end, we had what was quite possibly the greatest fight of the year, followed by quite possibly the worst fight of the year. Do you agree with that?
Close. I don't think the Yoel and Adesanya fight was the worst fight of the year, but pretty darn close.
On that note, I want to start off with what was the true main event of the evening, with Zhang Weili making her first title defense against Joanna and Jedrzejczyk. Now, this was a phenomenal fight. Went all 5 rounds, back and forth the entire time. Going back to our prediction, I really thought that Zhang Weili was going to mix in her grappling a little more with the striking, but no, she went in there with a straight kickboxing game plan. Joanna, as always, using her range, hitting her with the leg kicks, hitting her with some fast hands up top, and she was tagging her quite a bit. Where I saw an improvement in Weili's boxing, or with Weili's hands, is that, rather than darting in the pocket and throwing wild haymakers like she usually does, she was coming in with some straight 1-2s, and anytime she landed, you would see Joanna's head snap back, as opposed to Joanna's punches. They were marking Zhang up, but they didn't appear to be as effective as Weili strikes against Joanna.
It's safe to say that a lot of people, including us, were dead ass wrong about JJ and ZW. I had ZW knocking out JJ, but I believe it was you, and I agree. If it goes into the later rounds, JJ could have stole the fight, which it was an extremely close fight. I would have been satisfied with the draw because I would love to see him running back, and I hope they run it back. Yeah. I'll put it this way. There's no doubt in my mind that both of these women have a heart of a champion. They clearly showed it tonight. This was an excellent fight, a great fight, an epic fight. A fight that will go down in the ages as one of the best fights ever recorded in MMA. One thing I did not like, and I think it was intentional, was the headbutt from JJ. I think it was intentional, and that was uncalled for.
Talk about the late punch, too.
The late punch and the headbutt, yeah.
One question that was answered that we had going into this one was Zhang Weili's cardio. She proved to us that, she can go 5 rounds, and she could be effective in every single round.
How about JJ's chin, or her forehead, for that matter? The girl can take a beating. Both of them. Both these women take a hell of a beating. Like I said, both of them have heart of champions. If there's someone out there that wasn't a fan of either one of them, they just gained some fans with their performance tonight. Hats off to those women.
At the end of this fight, we see, while Zhang Weili did get the W in this one, she didn't look like the unstoppable force that a lot of people were making out to be. And so, looking at what's next for her, we have Rose Namajunas going into a rematch with Jessica Andrade over at UFC 249. If Rose avenges her loss, gets the victory, and gets that title shot, Rose needs to be looked at as a serious threat. Let's say that Andrade beats her again. What do you see them doing with Zhang Weili? Do they have her face the winner of Valentina and Joanne Calderwood, or do they go ahead and match her up with Tatiana Suarez? What would you prefer to see?
Oh, Valentina, I think that would be a hell of a fight, but I think they might go the route with Tatiana Suarez. It just doesn't make sense to make that fight. Clearly, Valentina's going to have the size advantage. I would love to see it. I'm a huge fan of both these girls now. Well, I've always been a huge fan of Valentina, and definitely ZW has won me over big time. Number one, with her heart, her skill set, and those long jean skirts. There's just something about them. Drives me up the wall.
Let me ask you one last question on this fight. Zhang Weili looked human in this fight. She didn't look...
Well, I never thought she looked inhuman. I found her downright attractive.
Joanna looked inhuman after this fight.
Yeah, she did. She looked like the elephant man. Elephant woman.
But yeah, Zhang looked very human in this fight. Do you think that she is still capable of a long title reign?
Yeah, she showed a ton of heart. She overcame some adversity, Eric. Would you not agree?
Couldn't have played out any better, in my opinion, for either of them. Joanna has already been a champion. She had a long reign. She's already solidified her legacy, in my opinion. Zhang Weili is a new champion, making her first title defense against a
former great champion. Still a top contender.
Yeah.
Still a threat to everyone.
Yeah, this was a legendary fight, and I think it's a good look on both of them. Good look for Joanna on her way out, possibly, and this just shoots Zhang Weili's star power through the roof.
And ZW, if you want to slide in my DMs, you're more than welcome. You too, JJ. I know you just had a bad breakup. Get with this guy.
All right, I'm reluctant to talk about this next one, but
do we have to?
Yeah, let's go.
We might as well. Yeah. We're here, right?
We had Israel Adesanya making his first title defense against Yoel Romero in what was a very odd fight. A lot of inactivity from both men. Israel Adesanya, just like in the Anderson Silva fight, showed a lot of respect to his opponent.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna bring that up to you during the fight. I was like, dude, both of these guys are showing way too much respect for each other.
Well, Yoel Romero seemed to just completely base his entire game on explosiveness and unpredictability. He stayed planted, waited for Adesanya to make his move. The problem is Israel Adesanya's game was based on counter-striking, and so it was pretty much a stalemate throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, very much like the Anderson fight.
Yeah.
Very much like the Anderson fight. Only Anderson didn't hit Israel, definitely not as hard as Yoel did. It shocked the hell out of Israel when he hit him with that first, was it left? That first left? That overhand left?
Yeah.
Shocked the hell out of him.
I think what won Israel Adesanya this fight was those leg kicks. He messed up Yoel's legs pretty bad.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing you can probably judge this fight on.
Yeah. Did you agree with the decision in this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought the leg kicks were enough to get Israel the unimpressive win in this unimpressive fight. I'm not going to dog it too much. I mean, it is what it is. Israel felt his power. I'm pretty sure he didn't want his first title defense ending in a knockout by a 40-something-year-old man. Yeah. The scariest thing about this fight wasn't even actually involved with the fight, per se. It was Paulo Costa's ugly decision on he just has worse choices and shirts. I don't know where he's getting his fashion advice from, but he needs to stop.
Now, on the subject of Paulo Costa, he is obviously the next contender. How do you see them matching up?
Paulo Costa's going to go forward.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what, he's going to go forward. So you never know. I mean, if you pressure Izzy, he's going to try to find a way to negate that by stepping to the side. But I mean, like I said, Paulo Costa's going to keep on going forward. I'm expecting and I'm hoping a much more exciting fight, or just a fight with this next one. I think anything would be better than this fight.
What do you think about your Romero speech?
Yeah, well, I respect you. Please use a translator. He's there. Use him. People don't come to see a fight like this. Whatever. Yeah, we get it. You kind of got the gist of it. People want to see a fight. People paid for a fight. We deserve a fight. The fight, there's two people. He could have been a little more aggressive. I mean, it takes two to tangle. So he's just as guilty as Israel is. Yeah. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, and I got to say, man, after Paulo Costa, no matter who Adesanya fights next, I say they never allow him to pick his opponent again.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You talk to Dane's like, let me stop you right there, Israel. Let me stop you right there. Before you even ask for your next opponent, we're going to be picking from now on, son.
Lastly, before we close out, I wanted to mention, once again, we do a breakdown on a Zhang Weili fight, and it just completely blows every other video we make out of the water. And for that, we thank you guys for tuning in. With all the comments coming in, this is some of the most fun we've had on this channel in quite a while. We just want to thank you for this wild ride. And of course, seeing those numbers coming in, we're going to be following Zhang Weili's career very closely.
Oh, because of performance, not because we get a ton of likes and subscribers. We take that to the bank.
All right, guys, we thank you all for watching, and we'll see y'all again in the next one.
I take risks. He didn't. He was 98% defense. He never went below like 85, 86% defense. He was constantly on the defensive and expecting me to attack so he can just open up and then attack me. And like I said, I don't know. It was bizarre. Like I'm still gonna watch the fight again and just marvel at it because it was interesting to be a part of.
Absolutely, a lot of people.